evening, everyone. I'd like to extend a warm welcome on behalf of Francis Marion University and our president, Fred Carter, the African American Faculty and Staff Coalition, the African American Studies and University Studies Slavery Initiative. We welcome you to an evening of Jazzy Poetic, the Juneteenth Experience, by Bhakti Larry Hough and the Bhakti Project. Bhakti Larry Hough is a dynamic performing and teaching artist, cultural preservationist, and modern-day griot. As president and artist in residence of New World Artists in Hartsville, South Carolina, he uses music, poetry, storytelling, and percussion to honor and uplift African and African American history and culture. A South Carolina Arts Commission certified teaching artist and accomplished jazz and gospel musician, Hough has inspired audiences across the state through educational residencies, public performances, and cultural programming. His work bridges generations, inviting communities to connect deeply with heritage, healing, and the power of arts. Ladies and gentlemen, please give an enthusiastic welcome to Larry Bhakti Hough and the Bhakti Project.
I've known rivers as ancient as the world and as old as the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo that lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. And I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans. And I've seen its muddy bosom grow all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers. Ancient dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. As Langston Hughes, the Negro, speaks of rivers, the backdrop of John Coltrane's Love Supreme. And good evening. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Freedom Day, Emancipation Day. Such an important day in the history of America. We are the Bhakti Project, and this is Jazzy Poetic, the Juneteenth Experience. Thank you for the introduction. Jazzy Poetic is a performance series that takes a chapter or topic of African American history and culture and illuminates and celebrates it through jazz, other types of music, poetry, African drumming, and of course storytelling. The day was June 19th, 1865. That is the day that Union Army General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, to take command of 2,000 Union troops and to deliver Federal General Order Number 3, which read in part, according to a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves in Texas are now free. The nation had been at war with itself for the previous 4 years. After 13 southern states seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. Then, in 1861, Confederate troops fired on the federal installation of Fort Sumter in the Charleston Harbor, starting the Civil War. But now the war was over. In April of 1865, Confederate Commander Robert E. Lee had surrendered at Appomattox. And now, the emancipation process could proceed. It had started in January 1863 with the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation by President Abraham Lincoln. But it only started the process. The Emancipation Proclamation did not free all enslaved people. It only freed the enslaved people in the Confederate States. So there were many people still enslaved after January 1863. The emancipation process was slow and inconsistent. and how well it went generally depended upon the presence of Union troops to be present to enforce emancipation. Because emancipation was not popular among the slave owners. They resisted. And so, very often, they simply did not tell the people they held captive that they had been freed. So that's how we explain how the word of freedom did not reach Texas until 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And Granger, the Union General, was there in Texas with 2,000 troops in order to enforce it there. Juneteenth is a very, very important historical moment, and we certainly should celebrate it. But it was a milestone on the way to ultimate freedom. It did not, just like the Emancipation Proclamation did not, it did not free everybody. Because many people remained enslaved in Texas after Juneteenth. And also in what they call the border states, Kentucky and Delaware. It wasn't until December of 1865 that all enslaved people were freed with the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. But still there was celebration, dancing, playing the drums, and of course singing freedom songs like "Oh Freedom." Oh, whole years, Lord, and then some. You mean to tell me that for 2 whole years I've been free and nobody told me? For 2 whole years, I could have been owning my own land, picking my own cotton, being my own man. Master them, they rob us, and I'm mad about that. But they robbed us for more than 250 years, so I guess a couple more years don't make much difference. But we're free now, and I'm glad about that. So we're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, just like we did back home in Africa. And we're gonna beat the drum. We're gonna beat the drum. We're gonna beat the drum. on sax. official Juneteenth celebration took place in 1866 in Texas. The rejoicing was widespread, and people wanted to mark this special occasion on their march to freedom. And of course, segregation still existed. So, enslaved people, formerly enslaved people, could not use or were not allowed to use public facilities for their celebrations. So most of the early celebrations were held in churches and near water. And at that time, the occasion was called Jubilee Day, and it was for many years after. The word Juneteenth, which is a portmanteau of June and 19th, did not come into use until the 1890s, when the holiday became a little more commercialized. So eventually, Leaders Across Texas raised $1,000 and bought 10 acres of land to hold their celebrations. And that land today is the Emancipation Park in Houston, Texas. The people just wanted to be free. And they celebrated at every opportunity they got to celebrate this newfound freedom. They were saying, all we want is to be free. We just want to take the chains off. We just want to take the chains off. We just want to be free. We just want to take the chains off. We just want to take the chains off. We just want to be free. I don't know why. Every time I look outside, my people are dying. Want you to know, they don't make no gun that can kill my soul. We just want to take these chains off. We have shaken these chains off. We are free. Oh, we have taken these chains off. We have taken these chains off. We are free. Shannon Dion Blue Pinckney on the keyboard. Chains off. We just wanna take the chains off. We just wanna be free. Be free. Be free. Be free. Made popular by J. Cole. Be free. And be free was what the former enslaved people did after Juneteenth. The celebrations continued year after year, but during the Great Depression, the early part of the 20th century, and also the Jim Crow era, led to the celebrations falling off a good bit as people were preoccupied with other issues. But they did still continue. Then, around the 70s, there became a strong push for the formal recognition of the Juneteenth holiday, especially as a federal holiday. The celebrations then picked up again, and they took many different forms as they do today. Everything from rodeos, car shows, fishing expeditions, lectures, music concerts, festivals of various kinds. Any way to honor, celebrate African American history and culture and freedom. The state of Texas was the first to formally recognize Juneteenth back in 1938 with a proclamation, but then with legislation in 1979. After she retired from teaching in the 70s, a teacher from Texas named Opal Lee got involved. And for decades, she worked to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. She would take these 2.5-mile walks to symbolize the 2.5 years that the enslaved people in Texas remained enslaved after the Emancipation Proclamation. And at the age of 89, she made a symbolic walk from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. to appeal to President Barack Obama for assistance in making Juneteenth a federal holiday. Throughout all this process, as we know, music is the lifeblood of the African American people. It's the universal language spoken in a particular and unique way among African Americans. Freedom songs, protest songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None of ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of me. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you ever sing these songs of freedom? They're all I ever had. Redemption song. Redemption song. Redemption song. Redemption song. Thank you very much. It's a Bob Marley song, Redemption Song. Yes. And the process continues. People getting used to the freedom. People celebrating this freedom. And in 2020, after the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, there came about what many call a racial reckoning in the United States. And so that expedited the push for Juneteenth toward being federal holiday. And on June 17th, 2021, President Joseph Biden signed the National Juneteenth Independence Day Act into law. So not only is it a federal holiday now, but every state in the Union and the District of Columbia recognize Juneteenth in some way. I'll say it. And Juneteenth is also celebrated in Mexico, in a region that is inhabited by descendants of Black Seminoles, the Cahuga people. And they recognize, appreciate, and celebrate their African heritage. And that's Nacimiento, Mexico. Yes. So we see that Juneteenth was a part of the process, and the process continues. Many people say the struggle continues, but I don't like that word, struggle. We make the effort, we push forward. We're determined, but I don't like calling it struggle. I think it's inevitability, even though it doesn't seem like it. But I think the forces we see today that seem to be opposed to freedom, justice, and equality and equity for everybody are taking last gasps. They know that way of living and being is on the way out. And they want to try and stop it at all costs, but I don't think that's possible. Even though things may appear hopeless sometimes. So we press on. And as people of African descent, We know it's been a long, hard road. It's been challenging, it's been difficult. But throughout our history, we have developed solidarity with our brothers and sisters on the African continent. And in many ways, many people are repatriating to Africa now. So in a lot of ways, people of African descent are saying, Mama Africa, I'm coming home. Coming home physically, but also in consciousness and in spirit. As we truly recognize and appreciate from whence we came. sitting on sax. Mama Africa, Bhakti Project original, I'm coming home. And we're going to wrap things up with another couple of originals, songs that speak to freedom and the knowing that despite the challenges that we face in life, whatever form they may take, that ultimately if we keep working, keep believing, keep affirming, keep having faith that the sun will shine again and we will be all right. So yes, the night may have been long, but here comes the sun. chance. Let your heart sing now, let your soul dance. Don't rest on your laurels, create a new vision. Today is a new day, here comes the sun. Life can be funny, it's slippery slow. There are no guarantees, no power in flow. Rise, my sister, and live your destiny. Shine, my brother, be what you know that you were meant to be. Here goes the sun. Here goes the sun. The night is mine. Yesterday's done. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. So, brothers and sisters, it's been a tremendous honor and a pleasure to be with you on this evening to celebrate Juneteenth. And I just want you to know, just want to confirm that we're going to be all right. We all know the challenges. Sometimes adversarial forces seem formidable, invincible. But it's their job to convince us to think that way so that we overlook what is actually their weakness and their vulnerability. But let's just keep working, keep believing, keep affirming it. We'll be all right. I will be all right. You will be all right. Bhakti Project music director on keyboards. Gerard Lancaster on trombone. Anton Riordan on saxophones. Queen Mullen II on drums. And I'm Bhakti Larry Hough. We are the Bhakti Project. Thank you so very much. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today. We love you. May Thank you. Thank you so much.